Hi everyone, I'm Paradise and welcome to our practice. Today we are going to do a sort of an everyday essential practice where we're gonna just try to stretch out the entire body. We're also gonna tap in a little deeper into the therapeutic modalities of our asana practice, incorporating a little bit more work with the lymphatic and the digestive system as we move along. We will need 2 blocks and a blanket for our practice today, and they don't have to be yoga blocks. Some thicker books would do it, and really any everyday blanket can do the trick. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start in a seated posture. And if you'd like, you can always take a blanket underneath the sitting bones. This is something that I enjoy doing, as it helps me to find a little bit more lift in my low back without quite as much effort. It helps us to sit up a little bit taller. So we'll take the blanket there, and then just so that we are kind of all on the same page, we'll take our right shin forward of the left, and we'll sit up nice and tall. Yeah, we'll start with just taking the fingertips to either side of us, and we're gonna press into them, and let this help you to find a little bit more length in your body. And then once you've done that, go ahead and take your hands back behind your head, interlace the fingers here, and you could close the eyes if you like, but press the back of your head into your palms. And just find a little tuck of the chin. Think about lifting up to the base of the skull as you do this. And we want to do this firmly enough to where we feel some activation in the muscles along the back of the neck. We'll take another breath or 2 here. And then go ahead and release the hands down. Let's just take a couple of deep breaths here together to arrive. Hands onto your thighs, big breath in through your nose. And we'll breathe out through pursed lips like you're blowing out through a straw. Let's do that again. Big breath in through the nose. And out through pursed lips. Lovely. And then let's go ahead and start to move. With an inhale, we're going to take the arms out and up, reaching through the fingertips. As you exhale, we'll side bend over to the left. Think about reaching a little further with your right hand as you do this. Inhale, come on back up through center, reach through your fingertips and over to the other side you go. One more time, we'll do this big inhale, come on up through center. Exhale, side bending over to the left. Let's pause here. We're gonna turn our right palm up towards the sky. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and cactus this arm. And you can think about drawing the shoulder blade down the back. One more time, as if you're holding up the ceiling. Take a big breath in. Exhale, we'll cactus the arm. Now hold here, take a big inhale. As you exhale, we're gonna take our chin down towards our armpit, towards the ground. And then just little nods, yes. Working into the little muscles into the side of the neck. Let's go ahead and turn the head back to center. We'll go ahead and release the arm back overhead. Big inhale, come on up through center. Over to the other side we go. And let's pause here. Again, turn your left palm towards the ceiling. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, walk the shoulder blade down your back. Let's do that again. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, shoulder blades move down the back. And then we'll go ahead and turn the gaze now towards our right palm, towards the earth. And then little tiny nods of the head. Nice and easy. Keep the breath flowing through. And then let's go ahead and turn the head back to the center. We'll once again reach. And with a big inhale, go ahead and bring yourself all the way up. We'll go ahead and cactus the arms now. And let's take our right arm over the left. Big bear hug here. And just a little rock side to side. Sit up as tall as you can as you do this. And you can stay with this arm position. Let's still the spine. You can stay with this arm position, or you can find Garudasana arms, or what we call eagle arms. And you might find a single or a double wrap of the arms as you do this. Again, a bear hug works just fine. I'll demo here. Think about taking your elbows up and forward as you inhale, arch your back. And then as you exhale, round in. Let's keep going. Inhale. We'll arch the back, lift up. Exhale, we round in. One more time like this. Exhale, round it in. Lovely. Come on up through center and we'll go ahead and release and let that go. Let's step the legs out in front of us. We're going to take our feet wider than our hips. Fingertips can come back behind you to help brace you up. Sit up as tall as you can. Big inhale. Let's take the knees to one side. With an inhale, you'll come on up through center. Exhale over to the other side. Let's keep going. Inhale up through center. Exhale, knees wash over to the left. Inhale up through center, exhale over to the other side. Lovely, go ahead and come on back through center. We're gonna switch the cross of our legs. So you'll take opposite shin forward now. And again, think about sitting up as tall as you can. You could press into the fingertips here. With a big inhale, take the arms out and up. This time we're gonna twist. We'll twist to the left. I'm gonna take that left hand back behind me, right hand forward. Inhale, come on up, reach through your fingertips. Exhale over to the second side. Let's keep going. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, twisting to the left. This time we'll pause. Take that left hand as close to your sacrum as you can. Right hand's gonna hook on top of that left thigh. We'll press into the back fingertips. Really grow the spine as you exhale. See if you can turn your head a little bit more to look over your left shoulder. Let's take one more breath here together. And out with a sigh. We're going to keep the bind of this right hand over the thigh, and we're going to take the left hand back to the back of the head. Again, think about lengthening up every breath that we take. As you exhale, you're going to dip your right ear down towards the right knee while you stay bound here in this twist. Go ahead and come on up with a big breath in. Exhale, we dip the right ear towards the right knee. One more time like this. And down. Lovely, come on back up, release, let that go. Let's again take the arms out and up, big inhale. Exhale, twisting over to that second side. Go ahead and bring that right hand as close to your sacrum as you can, press into it. Get as long as you can, big breath in. And then exhale, we'll turn the head maybe a little bit more, looking over that right shoulder. Let's take one more breath in and out together. And out. And then we're going to keep the bind of this left hand on top of the thigh. Take the right hand to the back of the head. Think about lengthening up to the base of the skull. Big breath in. As you exhale, the left ear dips down towards the left knee. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. One more time like this. And we exhale. Lovely, let's go ahead and unwind, come on back through center, take the arms out wide, big breath in, exhale, this time left elbow over right, and again, this could be actually we'll start with the bear hug and add in some twisting first, and then you could stay with this bear hug, or again, you might look for the eagle wrap of the arms, and you might find one side is a little bit more accessible than the other, and just know that's natural and normal. So wherever you are, whether you have this eagle wrap or you have the bear hug, I'll demo with the bear hug now. We'll take the elbows up and forward. As you inhale, arch your back. As you exhale, round your back. Let's keep going. Inhale and exhale. One more time. And exhale, we round in. Lovely. Go ahead and come into a neutral position, release, and let that go. Let's find our way onto our hands and knees. So you're welcome to use a blanket here if you'd like. And let's go ahead and get those blocks set up near the top of our mat just so that they are ready to go. And I'll utilize my blanket to encourage you to listen to your body. If your knees are tender or talking to you, feel free to pad them, support yourself as you move through practice. So we're gonna try to make sure that our wrists are right underneath our shoulders here and the knees are right underneath the hips. Let's start with some simple cat-cows. As you inhale, arch your back. As you exhale, dome and round your back. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the spine. One more time here. Exhale, dome and round your back. Let's pause in a neutral shape. We'll take the left hand to the center of the mat with a big inhale. Your right hand could be at the hip or it might extend up to the sky. As you exhale, we're gonna thread the needle. We're gonna take this right arm underneath the left armpit and come onto the back of the right shoulder. Let your right cheek find the earth here. And we'll just take a few moments to pause. You have this option of extending your left leg out to the left if that feels good for you, using it as a kickstand to get a little further onto the shoulder, only if this suits you. If not, you're more than welcome to stay with that left knee underneath you. Let's take one more breath here together. And out. If you do have that left leg out to the left, go ahead and bring it back under you and then press into your left palm with a big inhale. We'll unwind and then let's reset for the second side. So right palm roots, left hand to hip or sky, big breath here. Exhale, reaching underneath the armpit, left cheek finds the earth, and we'll just take a few moments to pause and breathe into the neck, breathe into the shoulder. Again, you have the option of extending your right leg out to the right if that feels good in your body, or you might keep it as is. Now, if your right leg is extended out, go ahead and gather it back underneath you. Press into your right palm with a big inhale. Let's open up. Exhale, release. Nice. Let's pause here, again in tabletop position, and let's start to engage and activate the core muscles a bit. So we're going to curl the toes under and lift the knees to a little hover. A bear hold, we call this. A little tuck of the chin. Make sure your ears and shoulders are in line with one another. Top of the head's reaching forward. Your gaze is at the ground. Take one more breath into your belly. As you exhale, we'll take the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Let's move back and forth through these positions. So we'll come back into this bear hold. Exhale, hips up and back. Of course, if the bear hold's not happening today, that's perfectly fine. You can always come into tabletop and take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We will pause in downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal through your feet here. And just take a moment and feel the shape in the body. Let's take a big breath in together. And we'll sigh it out. Walking the hands back towards the legs. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you like. And when you do make it to your legs, we'll press against them. Hands onto your shins or perhaps onto your thighs, trying to find length here in the body. And then exhale, we'll release and let that go. A little ragdoll. The head is nice and heavy. You could just let the arms hang. Grab opposite elbows if you like. Perhaps a sway side to side. Let's take another breath in and out. And then releasing any bind you might have, we'll slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to standing at the back of the mat. Here, let's pick the shoulders up, loop them back and down. Make sure that your heels are about sitting bones distance apart. Let's move this blanket out of the way. If you have it, you can move it out to the side. We won't need it for a moment. And let's just take a moment and practice Tadasana. So heels are sitting bones distance. The toes are spread out wide. We're rooting through the feet. There's lift in the muscles of the legs, the pelvic floor, and the belly. The heart is also lifted. And we'll stand tall. Find that tuck of the chin. Try to get your ears and shoulders in line with one another. And feel your feet firmly on the earth. With an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. We'll grab onto our left wrist and we'll give ourselves a little tug over to the right. I'll face you for this. And then with an inhale, come on back up through center. Exhale over to the other side. Let's inhale, come on back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms. One more time, we'll inhale to reach. Exhale, bow forward, let it go. Forward fold. Press against thighs. Shins get as long as you can in the spine. Exhale, release. And then we're going to walk ourselves forward onto the mat, coming into a high plank position. So you could always take the knees down for plank and kind of work up to this pose, especially if you're feeling this in the low back. Otherwise, we're here firmly pressing into the ground, pressing the ground away, wrapping the inner thighs in and up towards the sky. Let's take another breath in and out. And then we're going to drop our right knee down, take our right hand to the center of the mat and find our way into a modified side plank. So I know some of us might be able to do a full side plank, but resist that temptation here for a moment. And let's loosen up the hips together. So more than anything, think about lifting through your right side body. We'll keep left hand at the hip. We're going to take a big breath in. As you exhale, you'll bend into your left knee. Couple more times like this, inhaling and exhaling. Again, breath in and out. And then let's go ahead and hold here in this modified side plank option to float the left leg. And you might check in with your balance here. And if the body's in agreement, if the balance is there, you could Bend into the left knee and look for a quad stretch if that's available to you. If you can grab the foot instead of yanking on the foot and letting the arm win, I invite you to let the foot win. Yeah, that way you'll get a nice little stretch in your shoulder as well. While you're stretching your thigh, take one more breath in and out. Now, if you are bound with control, go ahead and release and let that go. We'll set that left foot down. We're gonna find our way back into that high plank position. All right, second side, I'm gonna switch orientation just so I can face you. You'll stay as you are, press into the ground, and then left knee lowers, left hand to the center of the mat, modified side plank, left side. Again, think about lifting through your left waist. Take a big breath in, exhale, bend into your right knee. Back and forth like this. You'll inhale and exhale, keep going. Lovely. The next time your leg is extended, we'll pause and hold with the option, keyword option, to float that right leg if that works in your body. If the balance is there today, you might look for this quad stretch. If you have the foot, kick it into the hand. Take one more breath in and out. If bound with control, we'll release and let that go. Back into that high plank position we go. Big inhale here. We're gonna work on lowering all the way down to the ground. You could always drop your knees first and lower, or you might come straight down. And then here, let's work into what we call wild cobra. We're gonna take the fingertips to either side of us. You're pressing into the fingertips. The elbows are bright. The tops of the feet are pressing into the ground as we lift up. On an exhale, you'll lower down, right shoulder, right ear as you look over the left. Inhale, come on up through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear. Inhale up through center. Exhale to that second side. Lovely. Come on back up through center. Let's activate the back muscles a bit more. We're going to reach back. Airplane arms, the palms are facing downward. You can float the toes here. Try to avoid looking forward. The gaze stays at the earth. Think about lengthening through the back of your neck. Take one more breath here. And then release and let it go. Let's press back into a child's pose with the knees wide. Take the knees as wide as your mat. Make some room for your belly, and then walk the hips back. We'll keep the arms reaching forward as the forehead releases down to the ground. And we'll take a few moments to pause and breathe here into our back body. I'm gonna change orientation again because my blocks are over on the other side of the mat. Of course, you'll stay as you are. Let's keep the breath flowing through. One more breath in and out. And then we'll go ahead and come back into that tabletop position. Again, feel free at this point to go ahead and grab for your blanket and set it underneath the knees. And we'll go ahead and reach for our blocks. Grab them underneath the palms, and we're gonna step our right foot forward. And you could always assist the leg forward here. Now here, I'd like for you to pretend like these blocks are an extension of your arms. So instead of having them forward, causing us to kind of round forward or hunch forward, go ahead and draw them right underneath your shoulders. Let that help you find a little bit more length in your spine. Think about lifting through the chest. And we're heaving the hips till we feel a nice stretch along the front of the left hip. We're gonna take a big breath in. As you exhale, extend through the front leg. You can bring your blocks with you, and we'll draw these toes back. Let's do that again. Inhale, bend into your front knee. Exhale, extend. One more time like this. And exhale, extend. Lovely. Let's hold here, and we're gonna stretch out our AT band. We're gonna take this right foot in front of, across the body in front of the left knee. Draw the toes back first, and then take the pinky side of your foot down towards the mat. Big breath here. Try not to hold the breath. And out. We'll take the toes back up to the sky. Right heel back in line with the right glute. We're gonna take a breath in, and then any amount of inclination forward, working a little deeper into the hamstrings here. Let's take one more breath in and out together. And then we'll go ahead and rebend the front knee, plant the palms, and step it back. Lowering all the way down to the ground. Let's do 3 cobras here. Hands frame the chest. Inhale, pull the heart forward first. Hug the elbows in. Exhale, we release down. Again, inhale, gliding the heart forward. Exhale down. It's more of a chest drawing forward than lifting up. Exhale, lower. Go ahead and press back once again into that tabletop position. Second side. We're going to take this left foot forward now. Bring the blocks in. Let's just take a moment. Pause and be here. Opening up to the front of the right hip. The heart is lifted. Take a big breath in. Exhale, extend through the front leg. Feel free to bring your props with you. Back and forth we go. Inhale and exhale. One more time like this. We're just kind of waking up the hamstrings, letting them know we're coming in. Yeah, and then we're gonna pick this left foot up, bring it across your body. Keep drawing your toes back. Take a big breath in. Pinky side of your foot down towards the mat. This is a really good one, especially if you're a runner, a jogger, power walker. Toes back up to the sky. Left heel back in line with the left glute. Take a big breath in and then bowing in any amount deeper till you feel a little bit more of a stretch along the back of the left thigh. One more inhale and out. And then let's go ahead and re-bend through that left knee. Plant the palms and we're gonna go ahead and step it back. Lovely. Let's go ahead and come onto our back bodies, yeah? I'd like to make this a shorter practice so that you're able to maybe get it in just to start the day off. So we'll go ahead and come onto our backs, but before we do, I'd like for you to take these 2 blocks and set them to the left side of your mat, like so. And Johnny, maybe you can give me a thumbs up if you were able to see the blocks in the, okay, I'm told that you can see the blocks here. And then I'm gonna take my blanket and I'm gonna put the blanket right on top of the blocks. And then come onto your back body. And here we'll just stretch and reach fingertips away from the toes. Get as long as you can. Exhale, draw the knees into your belly. Give yourself a little squeeze and a little rock side to side. And then we'll go ahead and set the feet down. We're gonna press into the feet, pick the hips up and slide them slightly over to the right. Your left leg's gonna extend long, and then we're gonna draw the right knee in towards the belly, and we're just gonna pause and breathe here, a few rounds of breath. So we've got some lymph nodes here in our groin, our biggest ones. So we're gonna work some with that. This is also working with the ascending colon, so a bit of digestive work here. Breath flowing through, big breath in and out. And then take another inhale on and exhale. We're gonna take this right thigh across the body and hopefully we'll find our way onto our support here. You can extend your right arm out to the right and take your gaze in that direction as you do this. A moment or two to settle into this shape. And then you can stay just as you are, or you could reach down with this right hand for the left foot if that's available to you. And one more quad stretch. Let's take another breath here. And out. If you're bound, go ahead and release and let that go. Come on back through center. Press into your feet, hips and shoulders in line with one another. We have 2 choices. We can either come up and move the prop structure over to the other side. You could also flip onto the other side of your mat, just change your orientation altogether. It might mean that you take Shavasana in a direction you're not typically used to. And it's interesting, we get so hung up in our patterns. A lot of people prefer just to get up and move the props, and I'll do that with you. Let's go ahead and again stretch and reach, fingertips away from the toes. Exhale, knees into the belly, a little rock. And then we'll set the feet first. We're gonna pick the hips up and just slightly scooch them over to the left. This is a little bit of a better orientation for the spine when we move into the twist. We're gonna extend the right leg long, and we're just gonna hug the left knee in and take a few moments to pause and be here. So again, working with the lymph nodes in the groin, and now this time with the descending colon. All along, there's your breath. If at any point you lose connection or mindfulness, if you catch yourself lost in thought, we come back to the breath. Let's take one more in and out. Again, inhale, and this time as we exhale, we're gonna take this thigh across the body onto our structure that we've built, and you can take your gaze over the left shoulder. A moment to pause and be here. And then if you want to add on, you could always bend into the bottom knee, that right knee, and reach down with the left hand and see if you can find a quad stretch. And if this bind is not coming, that's perfectly fine. We'll take one more breath here. This is an expression of cat pulling its tail. And then we'll go ahead and release the spine, come on back into neutral, press into your feet. Make sure your hips and shoulders are in line with one another. Now here, happy baby, or you could just simply grab onto the shins and rock a little bit side to side. If you can reach the outsides of the feet, that's great. If not, it's absolutely no problem. And then as you're ready, we'll go ahead and take a moment or two and allow for some integration. So let your legs extend long, arms alongside body, palms face up. We'll close the eyes. And if you have some time to stay in Shavasana, please do so. If you prefer to come up to a seat for seated meditation, you're welcome to do that as well. As always, I'm so grateful to have you join me in practice, and thank you again so much for being here.